The property taxes you pay next year will most certainly be higher. However, increased property valuations, especially for homes, is just part of the story. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the boards of taxing districts play a role in property taxes when they set their levies and give taxpayers the tools needed to help fight the situation. The Platte Institute has been holding truth in taxation training camps across the state. CEO Jim Vogel says the real question now is whether district boards will make their property tax asking as close as possible to revenue neutral.
As an example, Omaha said that they're going to lower their levy rate by 2.1 cents. But if you look at their budget, they're collecting several million more in property tax revenue. So what that means is they're not lowering the levy rate to completely offset the valuation. In Omaha's example, that's an 8.5% property tax increase.
The single panhandle training takes place this Thursday starting at 6 p.m. at WNCC's Harm Center in Scottsbluff and is free and open to the public with prior registration at a link on the Platte Institute website. August 20th is the deadline for assessors to certify property valuations to the state, which will then be used by schools, cities, counties, and other districts to set their property tax requests. Well, the city of Gering is searching for an engineering firm to take a comprehensive look at the community's electrical system. While the city is in the middle of an upgrade project involving a new substation, staff wants a more in-depth examination of the system's strengths and weaknesses. City engineer Annie Folk says the results of the study should also be of interest to residents across the community.
We are aware that there have been a lot of outages lately. That is one of the things that we're asking our engineers to take a look at as they do this study, is that are there improvements we could be making to our electrical system? Now, of course, you're always going to have issues that are unforeseen, lightning strikes, an animal hits the line, something like that. But as you say, are there different technologies we could be using to help minimize the number of outages that we've been having?
She notes the city's system and components are several decades old, and it's good every few years to look at the entire grid to get a good handle on its condition and when capital improvements may need to take place. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Benzel Pest Control has been the Wyoming and Nebraska area's most committed professional pest control company. We have 4 generations and nearly 50 years of experience serving Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado, as well as certified entomologists on staff. So whether you're dealing with spiders, wasps, rodents, or any other unwanted visitors, give Benzel Pest Control a call today for an estimate at 888-229-2128 or visit our website at benzelpestcontrol.com.
Welcome back. The identities of 2 people killed in a collision last week in Goshen County have yet to be released. The Wyoming Highway Patrol says next of kin have yet to be notified following a crash between at least 1 motorcycle and a pickup on Highway 85, 8 miles south of Torrington, last Friday around 5:30 p.m. Preliminary, unconfirmed information gathered by KNEB News indicated the collision was head-on and may have involved more than 1 motorcycle. An occupant of the pickup involved was reported to have been ejected and was taken to Regional West in Scottsbluff. More details can be found on our website once they become available. Well, authorities say one person was killed and another injured in a single vehicle rollover crash in Cheyenne County this past weekend. According to Sheriff Adam Frericks, deputies and other first responders were called to the scene on County Road 111 around 2:30 p.m. Sunday, finding 34-year-old Mark Reeves deceased outside his vehicle. Frericks says the investigation found the car went off the roadway, first to the right, then overcorrected and slid sideways off the left side of the road, tripped and tumbled before coming to a rest upright. Reeves was not wearing a seatbelt and died from injuries when he was ejected. A juvenile in the car was belted in and suffered only minor injuries. And a 41-year-old Hemmingford woman is facing felony drug charges after a traffic stop by the Nebraska State Patrol last week in Scottsbluff. Melissa Annan was pulled over for failure to signal a turn, and a search uncovered a tin box with residue that tested positive for methamphetamine. She admitted to jail staff she had contraband in her own body cavity, and the trooper determined the suspected cocaine, fentanyl, and meth recovered were all in quantities beyond user amounts. A preliminary hearing has been scheduled for Thursday on charges including possession with intent to distribute cocaine, 10 to 27 grams, 2 additional counts of possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance, as well as tampering with physical evidence.
Better sleep and better health can be found at Western Sleep Medicine in Gering. Since 2006, Western Sleep Medicine has offered the lowest cost sleep testing either in their independent sleep laboratory or the privacy of your own home. You have control over your health care and your out-of-pocket cost. All insurance is accepted for a much lower cost than the regional option. If you need a sleep study, ask for Western Sleep Medicine. They've helped thousands of people over the years and want to help you. Western Sleep Medicine. Better sleep, better health.
At FNBO, we've turned up the rate so you can earn more, save more, and do more. Right now, at your nearest branch, you can get 5% APY for 17 months on our special offer CD. Don't wait on a great rate. Give yourself and your savings a great big boost with the Great Big Small Bank.
Now, here's the latest in agriculture news from the Rural Radio Network.
The Nebraska volleyball team recently enjoyed a 5-course beef meal organized by Anna Kobza. She's a digital creator and PhD student at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. That event aimed to connect Husker athletics with Nebraska beef production.
A beef eating experience, I guess you could call it, where I took the Husker volleyball team to Casa Bovina here in Lincoln. And I had the chef create a menu that highlighted different ways to enjoy beef. So it was an all beef menu all the way down to the dessert. And we got to enjoy those together and kind of gather around that table in the spirit of fellowship and community and share a little bit about what I do and why I felt the pull to share this with them.
Well, tell me a little bit more about that desire to have this experience from your perspective. Why did you want to get in front of them, and what was the message you hope to share with them?
Yeah, well, whether they know it or they don't, a lot of Husker volleyball fans are rural Nebraskans who are big fans, but also big supporters and contributors to Nebraska athletics. And I was hoping that through this experience, perhaps our Nebraska beef producers could see that their home team enjoys their product. And because of that, hopefully make them feel seen and feel valued in our state.
Now for the important question, Annie. It was a 5-course meal, all beef, down to the dessert. What was on the menu in particular, from the appetizer to the dessert, to make it all about beef?
Yep. So we started the first course. Well, we started with some salumi boards. So they had different beef sausages and cheese and crackers and things like that. And then we started with a beef short rib cappuccino, which was made with basically beef broth and some mushroom froth that looks like a little cappuccino. And that was really good. A lot of the girls really enjoyed that. We followed it up with some beef tartare, which was pretty well liked amongst most of the group. But I myself am not a huge raw meat fan, so I tried it. I did my part, but it wasn't my favorite dish. And then we moved on to bone marrow that they served out of an actual bone. And some of the girls really loved it. Some of them didn't, but it was an interesting dish, that's for sure. And then lastly, we actually moved on to a family style course of different steaks. We had New York strips, some ribeyes, a filet, and then we also had 90-day dry aged steak versus grain finished or grass finished. So I got to try several different steaks and how different ways of production and ways of processing that beef can affect the outcome of the flavor and eating experience. And then the last course dessert was gelato, which was made with beef fat and bourbon and burnt sugar. So it was really good.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. Well, Anna, of course, this is a great opportunity. It sounds like a good outreach with the Nebraska volleyball team, the Nebraska athletic program, or the volleyball team, I should say, able to share some of the experiences on their social media pages. I guess from your perspective, why is this outreach important, specifically with the volleyball team, and where do you hope this kind of connection goes moving forward?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. On my social media following, the reality of it is that a lot of the people who follow me, majority of them anyway, are involved in ag in some way, and so who support what I do. But for the audience that Nebraska volleyball caters to, they have a much wider audience and a much wider variety of people that follow them as well, likely people who aren't as involved in agriculture potentially as well. And they just have a much greater influence over those people than I do as an individual. So hopefully Nebraska volleyball supporting and enjoying beef influences other people who maybe are not so passionate about it or who are pretty indifferent to it. Maybe it will spark something in them to want to enjoy beef or get to know where their food comes from.
Now, Kobza says she has big plans in the works to build on this relationship, but will have to wait until the team finishes their upcoming volleyball season. Priorities, I suppose. That's a check of the latest in agriculture news from here inside the Nebraska Soybean Board Studio. For more, visit our website. It's krvn.com.
At FNBO, we've turned up the rate so you can earn more, save more, and do more. Right now, at your nearest branch, you can get 5% APY for 17 months on our special offer CD. Don't wait on a great rate. Give yourself and your savings a great big boost with the Great Big Small Bank.
Tri-City Stormwater presents Stormwater 101, an illicit discharge.
Santa is back. It's Christmas in July 2023, and Renewal by Andersen is giving the best gift ever this year. First, you get 20% off every window and patio door, and get this: no money down, no interest, no payments for 18 months. That means no payments until 2025. But act fast. Santa and the reindeer can't take the heat. This offer ends August 15th. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com. Renewal by Andersen's Christmas in July sale is here. Thank you, Santa.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydrozen, a float therapy business right here in Scottsbluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least one float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the Mitchell Tigers set to start a new school year this week, and a new preschool and an independent FFA chapter are among their highlights. KNB summer intern Rebecca White caught up with their superintendent to discuss the upcoming changes.
As Mitchell School District prepares for the new school year, there are a couple changes coming your way. Superintendent Dr. Catherine Urbanek says that after 10 years together, Mitchell and Morrill will no longer share an FFA program.
We're also going to be an independent FFA program this year. So we have a lineup of a full lineup of ag courses, plus we will still be offering our woods, which are very popular with our students. So, and we'll be having our own FFA, which is about 30 years in the making for Mitchell.
Mitchell's new preschool building will be done in time for the new school year, and they will be expanding their programs.
Last year we did offer a full day, but we'll be offering a full day program and continuing our half day programs in the new facility, so we're excited about that.
School starts August 17th. For more information, go to the district website at www.mitchelltigers.org. In Mitchell, Rebecca White, KNEB.TV News.
Thanks, Rebecca. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.